The sexual assault trial of 5 former World Junior hockey players heard testimony today from one of their former teammates, former World Junior hockey player Michael McLeod, Cal Foote, Dylan Dubé, and Alex Formanton and Carter Hart are all charged with sexually assaulting a then 20-year-old woman known only as EM on June of 2018. Now, they have all pleaded not guilty. The court also saw text and video of the night of the alleged assaults. CBC's Katie Nicholson has the latest from London, Ontario. Katie, let's start with what I'm sure were very hard things to watch, the videos. What did they show?
Yeah, so these are videos taken from Jack's, which is a bar here in town where these two worlds sort of intersected. That of the then 20-year-old woman, EM, and the World Juniors team who are out partying after a Hockey Canada gala. So in it, you see just sort of how Michael McLeod and EM started to dance on the floor. We saw them go to the Delta Hotel where they had sex in a hotel room. None of that is really in dispute. It's what happened next. And there were other pieces of video that we also saw just from the bar, the team dancing, singing just together on the team, or sort of on the dance floor. But it's really the materials that sort of happened after that what is largely being described as a consensual sexual activity in the hotel sort of is sort of where people are focusing right now in the legal arguments in the Crown. So you have texts from McLeod to other players, essentially inviting them to that hotel room to engage in sexual activity with the woman. The Crown argues that was without her consent. But the other really sort of pivotal pieces of evidence we viewed today were 2 videos of EM apparently appearing to give consent. And I'm going to read you some of the transcript of those 2 short videos. So one of them was taken at 3:25 a.m. You can hear a male voice off camera. These were taken from Mike McLeod's phone, and he is saying, "You're okay with this?" And she responds, "I'm okay." And another video from 4:26 a.m. In which she asks if she's being filmed, and a male voice is then heard saying it was all consensual. And she says, "You're paranoid. Holy, I enjoyed it. It was fine. It was all consensual. I am so sober. That's why I can't do this right now." So these 2 videos, certainly something that the Crown knew was coming, that they were going to be part of the case. And her instructions to the jury were really to think about what may have happened before and after. And there's a larger question legally, too. What do these, or what, if any, weight do these videos have in Canadian law? So for that, I went to Lisa Kerr. She's a law professor at Queen's University. This is how she explains it.
In Canadian law, consent has to be contemporaneous with the sexual activity. So if you have a video of someone saying, I consent to do the following, and it's in advance, the key question is still going to be, did they change their mind, right? Did they consent a few minutes later when the acts actually occurred? So a video recording expressing consent will not be determinative of whether there actually was consent. And if there's a video recording afterwards, I think the key question is going to be, was that coerced?
And the other thing that the jury is really going to have to consider here, these are 5 separate charges, each sort of a specific allegation of sexual assault. And so there's a question there, was consent given for each of these sort of alleged assaults or acts? And that is something that the jury is going to have to think about in light of this video as well.
Katie, a lot happened in court today because in addition to all of that, the court also heard from a current NHL player. So what did we learn from his testimony?
Yes, so Taylor Raddysh, who plays for the Capitals, who are actually in the playoffs right now, did appear in court. So he actually received a text from Michael McLeod, sort of inviting him to that room. His testimony was that he did go in the room, but he stayed only briefly. He went off to bed, and he really had very few other recollections throughout his testimony. So he will be back on the stand again tomorrow. But one of the other interesting things is that he did, from his phone came another text in which Mr. McLeod contacted him to let him know that he had been told by a Hockey Canada official roughly a week later that there was an investigation underway.
CBC's Katie Nicholson in London, Ontario. Thank you.